Hey everyone, welcome back to Rome Total Realism, Imperium Surrectum. Rome is not at war with us, don't worry, it's just a guy. He's here to have a nice chat about why his boat abandoned him here. I don't know why he's here at all, neither does he, it's fine. We're finishing off Macedon today, and, well, they're not really gonna be finished off. They have one settlement here somewhere, I've lost track of it, it's tiny. There it is, it's hiding in the dark. And they have a couple more down here, like Megalopolis. We'll handle that last bit much later. For now, we're finishing off their northern territories and coming down to finally retrain these decimated veteran units. Like, look at these poor phalanxes. Honestly, I'm probably better off just walking them back towards it now instead of continuing to bring them, but I need them. I need the very tiny anvil that these guys represent to swing my 6 General's Cav hammer into. Anyway, let's get to it. We have buildings to conquer. This first one's gonna be sad. It's just 1 unit of missile cavalry. The army has moved a tiny bit, and I wasn't expecting them to, and now I'm scared. It should all still be fine, but I was expecting these guys to stay completely still. That's not what's happening. They're moving very lazily, though, so we're probably fine. I don't think I'm losing an entire unit of archers for nothing. I can probably bait them back by just putting my general here and then walking away, right? What are they doing? They're going for my archers still.
Orders completed, Commander.
I should just be able to walk my archers through this tower very briefly and be safe. Right? Like, yeah, they're taking damage, it sucks, but it's less than they would take from fighting this cavalry unit. So 13 archers die, and that sucks for them, obviously. These guys come over and, like, they just sort of walked out of the square and lost. Why are they what's happening? Why are they still dying? Were they in range of this tower somehow from the square? It's fine, that just makes them a cheaper garrison. I was leaving them behind anyway, but I'm a bit confused. Very weird fight, not how that was supposed to go. Anyway, continue exterminating them as always. We pick up everyone except for the archer. We rejoin the next army to make this next fight even easier. And we assault the 1 unit of skirmishers that is guarding the city. Cool. I imagine this will be equally challenging. So I didn't even realize that the general had wandered out of the square. I was just moving people around the town. I'm just gonna tell my whole army to kill him, I guess. This guy might die. Gonna try to back him away before he does. But yeah, like, they weren't supposed to be over here. I didn't know they had. They just sort of wandered off while I wasn't paying attention. Good fight, boys. Well, that's another one down, another one exterminated. We leave behind some decimated unit of trash. We don't have any of this. All of our bad units are meant to be repaired. I already know that I'm going to the next city. Let's just go start that and see what they have. As many ladders as you can manage. We're looking at, you know, 2 guys. Okay. I think it makes sense to start sending this back now. The issue is it might not even matter, right? Like, it might just get back at the same speed if I wait. And I think that's actually true. I'm gonna take everyone except for the damaged archer and continue on the warpath. That'll get the ladders built in time. There's nothing here I care about, but I could probably raise the taxes, right? Yep, straight to very high, you can deal with it. I'll take an elite tax, and same thing everywhere else, basically. Mine just costs too much for the 500 I expect to get out of them. Let's make sure I can't build the tax anywhere else before I start building other things. Unsurprisingly, there are buildings, or settlements rather, that don't have the tax yet, so I'll do that in all of them. I have 1,400 left. Am I building an archer yet? I am not. Archers are just so damn cost efficient, I can't say no. What are you? You have 344 upkeep and your cavalry. Not good cavalry, but still. Oh, I have this guy with 2 more archers. Actually, I'm gonna walk him north with the intention of swapping out these archers for the much more expensive garrisons of apparently real units that are supposed to be good. They're certainly expensive, and then come back with them. Now, something I'm not building right now is an upgraded blacksmith. The city's not capable of producing a blacksmith, or it already has the best one it can make. So that'll explain why I haven't done it. And the reason I was thinking about that is because I'm retraining here anyway. Anyways, I think that's it. No, I've forgotten about my diplomats, as always. Trade rights with the Seleucid Empire. Let's go. Trade rights, map info for map info. Very demanding. What will make it? You aren't even willing to consider it. Okay. So there's no way I can get map info from them, so I'm just going to ask them how much money does it take.
Would you consider?
They don't value my map info very much, but still, I'll take it. And I'll continue across to Anatolia to start talking to other people. Spy, finally, you're here. Who runs Constantinople? No one! It's just neutral. Well, you can start the long and arduous path back to our territory. And meanwhile, we'll continue on through Illyria. It sure does suck out here. Looks to me like it's time to end turn. Yes, it's been inactive for 3 turns, so I'm out of money. Get out of here, goof. End turn. Hey, check that out. It's people I can trade with. Love to see it. It's more people I can trade with. All right, first things first, let's just go get these trade rights done.
I shall speak with them at once.
Trade rights, map info, map info. Since you think that's still generous, how much money does it take for you to stop thinking it's generous?
Would you consider?
Fine.
Our thanks.
I don't know where you are, and I'm curious. Honestly, that wasn't helpful because the map is so big. Even zoomed in, I'm like, yeah, that's somebody somewhere. Anyway, next guy. Trade rights, map info, map info. Still generous, so like, how much money is it for it to not be generous?
A most generous
Oh, that was actually just accepted
proposal.
at 600. Neat. Cross over to Anatolia. And Spy continues working his way back. And the Illyrian diplomat continues working his way north.
At once.
That's a rebel, don't care.
At once. Yes, my lord.
Not a whole lot going on here, although I have put myself on the wrong side of a mountain, as the coastline here sucks a bit. Fair enough. Let's do some of the stuff I remember immediately. We shuffle here to get the good units out of the garrisons. I'm told they're good units. They can't be worth 900 for no reason, right? We continue building our army of archers, although honestly, no, I don't want to build my incredibly expensive spearmen until we're about to start moving out, because I don't want to pay for them any longer than I absolutely have to. Just the nature of such an expensive unit. Do I want garrisons in these cities? Economically, it's not worth it. Defensively, I don't think I care either. So I think we're good there. Nothing important there, nothing important here. I didn't even check what the diplomatic info was. I was like, oh, someone's at war or at peace, who cares? It doesn't matter. All right, let's continue stomping on Macedon's throat until we get to have a successful, functional economy. That's the game plan. I'm sticking to it. They have actually upgraded spearmen and peltast. Unfortunately, I do have 7 units of general's cavalry, which is a very large number. Check out this hillside. Anyway, it's the one we'll be using because this is where the hole in the wall is. So what's this like incredibly evil looking red glow that's happening at the town square? Is that normal? Doesn't seem normal. Did you know the walls of this city were damaged already and it's actually kind of problematic for me? I may have taken some easily avoidable wounds on my cavalry just now because I forgot to capture the last tower. It's fine. Oh, I see they've decided to abandon everything like they keep doing recently. Weird. So I've done the sensible thing and just decided to like move out and fight them because I'm an idiot and want to do this fairly.
Infantry.
Enter phalanx, please. Not that you're going to really be in a fair fight, but still. Hey gang, just like come take the town square. Like honestly, I think you can just do that and no one's going to stop you. So you're doing a good old-fashioned normal charge into a phalanx. You successfully scraped yourself along both of the units in the cheese grater. You close with them, you close with them. Double speed. Is this other one not yielding? Look at how fucking sure they are they can handle this. They believe in themselves, and you can't take that away from them. But you can take away their land and the lives of their citizens. Alright, so we can finally leave and retrain our armies. Hell yeah. I'm not interested at all in conquering rebels. After this, our next attack is going to be on the city-states to our south. You know, our former allies. Whose only mistake was trusting the player character. We can take the tax here and crank it to high, but not to very high. Repair the wall and build the tax. And let's see what else we can build with all this money we're sitting on. Farms every time. We're getting to the point where it's just like build what you can because there's just so much money going around. Oh, wait a second. The Shrine to the Dioscuri actually does something. So since this is where my capital is, I want this shrine getting built so that I can have more experience on all the troops in my army. That's definitely worth doing. Communal farms, more communal farms, just farms for everyone. What's this? River ports. Neat. So you make less taxes, but more trade. It's a shame I don't make much with trade right now. How about just some dirt roads? Let's get started with like basic dirt roads, you know? I'll go for a basic dirt road here, and I'm just about out of money. That'll do. We are making an archer, correct? Good. And I believe I moved my agents at the start of the turns. Yo, yes, we're done. And we're almost ready to wrap up this campaign. Macedon is all but defeated. We're just about ready to go sweep through the Peloponnesus with all the rage and fury Macedon should have had and that we've stolen from them. Yeah, coming back around to our turns, nothing interesting has happened. This is the army being retrained. We're gonna start walking it back. Just gonna meet up with him, I guess. No reason to have them in different spots. These guys actually can be retrained right now, I believe. Yes. So retrain everyone you can, build another archer. Actually, it's finally time. I can't believe it. It's finally time to build spearmen. Those guys are going to strangle our income pretty fast, but that's going to be fine because they're going to be in that we can win the next war with relative ease. And then we go back to building. We might finally have a building queue. We might be doing something in every town after this. Oh, I can get an additional bonus? No, that's still the same original +1. So there's no real value in that. We go for mines instead. I was getting ahead of myself. There's no way in hell we're building something everywhere. But hey, we're building stuff. It's not literally no infrastructure like it was for the longest time. Keep moving north. Keep looking for those fabled Illyrian traders. Don't think we're finding anyone other than the ones we found earlier, though. But we'll get to Rome eventually, and then it will all pay off, right? Now, I think Egypt basically doesn't have any territory in Anatolia with this mod. So I kind of just want to cut straight through. I could go north and try to find Pontus and Armenia. Or I can go south and try to get to Egypt faster. And I think Egypt's where the money's going to be at, so I'm going to head straight south. Not surprised to see Seleucid towns everywhere. And I already know you, right? No, I don't. You're a standalone city-state now. Neat. We'll talk to you next turn. Spy continues making his way back for the next war. And that's it for this turn. That boat just keeps moving around and scaring me every time because it's right next to an unmanned city. I think Rhodes just walked a diplomat right past my diplomat, which is a bit rude. You suicidal fucking idiots. It turns out our next war is not with the Peloponnesus, it's with Italy. But we won't be getting to that next war regardless. We're just gonna retrain this stack and wrap it up because we definitely have everything we need to handle them. Where did that guy spawn? Did he spawn in the right place? Not quite. Why is he so slow? He doesn't start with his named character bonus. He gets that next turn. I see the problem. But anyway, enter the town. Retrain the army. Oh, what? One of these guys isn't able to be retrained. I can't actually retrain this guy. That's really unfortunate. He'll stay here until I can upgrade this place then. But I'll go ahead and get this as well. We'll need a boat, won't we? Do I want the better boats? No, we're just gonna dump them across the ocean quick as we can, huh? Yeah, that's definitely the plan. Diplomatic information. Rome and Epirus are at war. Syracuse at war with Carthage. The Achaean League and the Boeotian League are allies. The Antigonid Kingdom and Sparta, they know that we want their blood. We could probably stand and just push this away and not deal with Rome and deal with our enemies down here. But these guys are our allies. They're not gonna betray us. We're all having a lovely time together, aren't we? And retrainings cost me almost all my money this turn immediately. I've just learned. That's probably fine, though. The communal farm and the trader is all I'm getting. And then we end turn. I don't care about idle resources. I can't deal with it. I'm out of money. Oh, yeah, I should actually do my spies and stuff manually in case anyone gets blocked. I think a Rhodesian diplomat just walked past me.
Yes, my lord.
Is he still here? Yeah,
Speak with them at
trade
once.
rights, map info. I don't need the information about where Rhodes is, but I'll ask for it anyway. And I'm gonna ask for enough regular tribute that you talk me down. Every time I do this, though, they always remove their map info, so it doesn't actually get...
Regretfully, we must decline.
Look, I know you won't trade rights map info, and you'll give me money for it. Just, like, lower it to an amount that you think is okay, right?
A most generous proposal.
Sure, I'll take all the money. Then we come down to Bergamin, same thing. I'm just gonna stop asking for other people's maps because no one wants to do it.
Would you consider...
I'll take 1500, that's fine by me. Keep walking down, trading with all of the Greek city-states that I didn't know were in the game. I cannot believe Rome actually dialed me. That's the very hard AI for you. Just like, fuck you, you're the player character. I don't care if it's the right war. And I keep walking around to trade with Rome's allies now, I guess, since this is out of the picture. Possibly the worst organized war in the history of wars from Rome over here. We have a little bit more money now, so we can probably afford to build like one more thing somewhere. I'll take a basic dirt path and end the turn.
Let us now talk reasonably.
Hi, Antigonid Kingdom, how are you doing? You think it's very demanding. You think you're being generous. You thought that 108... I'll take all of your money.
Regretfully, we must decline.
Well, you should have said yes, because I will kill you eventually. Like, I'm not afraid of them at all. I've taken every single piece of territory they have that borders me. They're just like an island kingdom down the middle of the Peloponnesus right now. I say island as in, like, they are isolated, not as in they are actually an island. That's a very poor choice of words considering the geography. So, we went from not being able to field an army for the longest time
My lord, sir.
to having like an actually pretty damn scary stack here. I'm gonna step out with these guys and think for a second about what I want to do with this. But I suppose more importantly, I might just be done. It's been a good week since that last clip, and I do think I've done everything I originally intended to do with this mini-series. But I wanted to wait for some comments, think about the campaign, see what I've gotten wrong, and add that to the end of this video. And in the week, I realized I had no massive field battles. I had like one decently large bridge battle, but I haven't had a big field battle in Rome Total Realism yet, so I want to do that too before we end this. Now, one thing to note is I didn't recruit any mercenaries. I don't think I even mentioned it in the video because at the start of the campaign, there are no mercenaries. This is just empty. But now that it's not, mercenaries have had time to spawn in the past 19 turns. You can see like, oh, they are crazy expensive. But are they crazy good? They're not bad at all. That's pretty fucking good. But what about like Cretan archers? Missile attack 12. A lot of defense I don't think they really need it. But like, yeah, these aren't bad units. These are definitely... I wouldn't say they're worth the price, but these are worth having. The upkeep's not that brutal compared to normal units. It's just the initial purchase price is very high. The upkeep's only, like the purchase price is 2 times as high. The upkeep is maybe like 50% worse. These are probably worth buying if you have the money, not that I do, even now that our economy is stabilized. The biggest mistake I've made by far is down to me playing the original Rome Total Realism as a child. Now, I don't know if it worked differently in Rome Total Realism, if it was changed in Metro Naval, or if I am just misremembering it, but there are some buildings you can't destroy, like farms and roads, and I'm pretty sure that's how it used to work in the original Rome Total Realism, but that's not true anymore. So in every settlement I conquered, I should have made an extra 1,600 denarii by destroying their reinforcements, or not their reinforcements, their recruitment centers, which would also have then meant that if I were to be reconquered by the Antigonids, they wouldn't have been able to recruit any soldiers there, making it safer as well. And with all of these destroyed, we're up to 27,000 denarii sitting in the bank right now, which is kind of a lot of money. Before I get too far into anything else, we should probably deal with this man north of us. It should just take 2 generals members to do it, so we're gonna take the 2 worst ones we have, which will be this 26 maybe? No, that 23, and the one who's already out of the army. And let's just go knock him down real quick, because this is all Rome sending. As you can tell by this one random general, the AI really still does not know how to do naval invasions. Anyway, tough battle, very complicated strategy here. What I was saying a second ago, though, is that in the previous episode, I really felt that I needed to go fight Rome, and that's just not true. They don't know how to launch a naval invasion. And as a result of that, I really just absolutely don't need this boat. I shouldn't have made it. That was incorrect. These guys can come back down. They'll eventually lead a reinforced army down south because we're still staying in the Peloponnesus. And this is an awkward thing about my war in the Peloponnesus. I'm overwhelmingly general's cavalry, which isn't great versus spearmen. And then on top of that, I have 3 whole phalanxes, so I need tons more of these for them to actually work as a phalanx. I would much rather be working with hoplites or even just like any other form of infantry, but instead I'm just locked into making more of these dudes. Now, from my perspective, what we really want to conquer is Corinth and Athens. I think it's very important that you take minor cities and turn them into recruiting grounds, and that's what these are. That's the best things I can be conquering. Realistically, with Pella, I shouldn't have exterminated it, because if you take a look at this, you can see that just level 1 Epirus recruitment is enough to recruit everything I can possibly access currently. Maybe there's a level 2 you need later, maybe there's not, I don't know, and I'm not going to find out in this campaign. But this could have been a recruiting ground if I hadn't killed everyone who lived here. Which is unfortunate, but it's fine because my money's limited enough that I'll probably just be able to start recruiting a little bit later down here. Not the campaign will go that long, but I think that's a mistake more in that I wasn't making the decision at all as opposed to a meaningful mistake. I just didn't think about it. And with all that money we got from destroying things, except for these 2 cities, everything we have is building something for increasing our profits. The real question is where does this army move? Because I don't know I want to attack this neighbor immediately. My real goal for the remainder of this video is just get a good field battle. Logically, I want to go to Athens and Corinth. But getting over there is a bit inefficient unless I plow through my former ally to do it. Which is also a bit inefficient, it's just which form of inefficiency is overall worse for you. There are 3 separate settlements here. What I can do, I think, is stall for a moment here, sieging this rebel town, then split 3 ways and take 3 settlements next turn. I think that's a very reasonable plan, so I'm going to go with that. Our spy is going to continue walking down to our new war grounds, although I guess it should be scouting out our former ally since we have to get through that first, right? Our diplomat continues the eternal trek to Rome. Not that he will get there before the campaign ends. Not that it matters because we're at war now. My last diplomat needs to go meet Egypt, I guess. Still not quite there. I don't think there's any settlement over here. I think I've got to go around.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, there they are.
I shall speak with them at once.
Do you want to actually speak with them? No? You don't want to? Could you walk over there and then speak with them? Thank you.
Leave us be.
What? Why are you so mad at me? Why do they not want to trade with me? That was weird and rude. Okay. Fuck you too, Egypt. The Boeotian League, as always, just sort of trundling around with a big stack. Kind of scary. Okay, so first things first, what about this turn? Do you want to have trade rights now?
A most generous proposal.
Cool. Don't know why you were a dick last week, but okay.
Yes, master.
Rhodes is down here. We'll talk to him next turn. So it looks like my ally has sent his entire army down here for some reason. 70% chance of success. Let's not take the risk. Let's just walk here. And we can see that this guy has a full stack. And this is where you can see the AI keeps really coming into play. A, he can afford this. Obviously, that's wrong. But B, far more upsettingly, like half these units, actually I think all of them, because the question marks are ones I don't know the details on, they're all 2 to 3 chevrons. Like, what war has he been fighting to get his entire army experienced? Also, it doesn't feel great that, like, you know, he has a real infantry lineup of, like, hoplites and skirmishing hoplites and all of this jazz, and I have 3 phalanxes. We'll find a way to make it work. It's fine. For now, though, as you've seen me do plenty of easy sieges, even though this is one of the biggest sieges I've done, it's still very straightforward. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through most of this, I think. 10 command stars, huh? Hot damn. I will say, due to the sheer number of enemies, this is a much bloodier siege, where I actually have to have my Peltas fighting on the wall to buy time to run another unit around the edge. Fun fact, I can't instruct these Peltas that are on the wall to move along the wall, meaning they're just sort of fucked. If I tell them to run over here, can they escape with their lives? They're running through. That'll just kill you all. Don't do that. So I heard to make people go into phalanx quickly without bullshit, you do stop, phalanx, stop, and that worked very well. Loving that. I'm actually gonna tell these guys to retreat because they're not doing anything other than getting themselves killed. Fun fact, when you tell them to retreat, they literally do nothing. The commands are very responsive on the wall, and this is why I always used to use saps instead of ladders or towers, because this is just terrible. I literally can't give them commands. Even when I tell them to run for their lives, they just stay here and fight the phalanx. So they'll all just die eventually. I hope they rout. I told them guard position, stop, halt. They got their spears down, but it might have been too late. It looks like it's actually working very well. Like, they're actually in phalanx positions, and I don't see a bunch of knives out right now. I feel like we can just do this a couple of times, and that should be enough to break them, right? Ooh, not with city pathfinding, though. They didn't really break, I'll admit. It's working, but it's not pretty. Whoa, guys, what the fuck? Let's go ahead and do guard position on these guys to avoid this happening in the future. Okay, good. They finally broke. I'm gonna want you to back off. And you two haven't taken notable damage and come hang out furthest in the fight. Please, guys, leave. Back away, run in any direction. Flee? No? Okay. I'm gonna put all of these on the left so that I stop clicking on them wondering which ones they are. Fuck them, they're dead to me. Alright, because of city pathfinding, this is just a massive wall of spears they'll run into whenever they try to leave. Gonna hold on to these guys for a while. I don't need them in the immediate fights. I need them in the ends. My general's not relevant. I think I'm just waiting for these phalanxes to grind them down at the minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on triple speed. As they've got these archers, I'll just send in some of my people to deal with that. Defeat seems certain. I'm gonna have to pull this back in a hot second. Because, like, the expected result here is that they lose tons of men and I'm no longer able to use them. Is it just gonna be these cavalry? I can't tell. I need to wait so that I can actually do this correctly. Alright, cavalry, you come out this way. You guys are tired, so you're still not joining the fights. And that should be very effective for me. Their spearmen are nowhere to be seen. But what did you expect?
Fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts.
Hit them too. And that should all be wiped out fairly quickly. This archers, hoplites, no thank you. Alright, you three, move all the way to the back. Move to the left so I stop seeing you. Finally at the point where I'm gonna start using archers, I think. Alright, by using my archers, I managed to pull these hoplites forward, and they've changed their mind. Fair enough. Is all that's left just like these guys? Wait a second. We win. We've killed everything very slowly over the course of the fight. There's nothing left. Anyway, here at the end of all things, my guys are finally starting to rout over here. One fought to the last fucking man and got completely stack wiped. The other ones are still losing. It's obviously physically impossible to move. I don't know what to tell you. It looks like 2 of them are getting stack wiped. Wonderful. Maybe even all 3. Jesus Christ, guys. This is why I hate sieges. They're nowhere near being a usable city. And I feel like the money matters to me, so I'm going to exterminate this. Thanks to casualty recoveries, these did not get fully stack wiped. So send all of these back for retraining. We're going to get another unit of phalanx. These are going to come down and join us. And now we're in the super awkward position where, like, I know that they can get to me this turn. This army's huge. I can't deal with it. But I can also just retreat, right? And I can't trust the AI to be good. I can maybe fight these. We've lost a lot of generals cav, though, which is not nothing. We'll use what money we have to build another elite tax. And after that, I don't really know what we're doing. I think we have to wait a turn. There's just no way we're safe to fight this turn. So there's no reason to push it. We're just hitting end turn, as much as I hate it. Oh my god, the AI is so bad. It just... Wait, it has 2 full stacks? What are you talking about? With what economy, my man? Alright. That makes my war planning more difficult. I was going to say, because they moved adjacent to the rebel settlement in the way they did. Because they're here, they have to move up or right into zone of control and immediately stop no matter where they're going. But that no longer matters. Well, first things first. Everyone except you come down. Everyone else walk in, realize we can't all fit in one army. So leave behind the 2 weakest generals, the garrison, I guess. The rest form the army. You guys did not go in the direction I wanted you to. That's okay, I'll live. Y'all are actually gonna move back to pick up the units I'm making. Speaking of, keep making phalanxes, we're gonna need them. And it looks like that big fuck off field battle's coming real soon. We can't make it to where we want to go this turn no matter what. Mercenary Indian elephants? Why are those here? I'm gonna call that probably a glitch, right? Why does this place just have elephants and not like all the other units that should be there? Because it should look a lot more... Oh, this is the same recruitment pool now. If anyone knows why there are elephants available, give me a heads up. I'm gonna send my money and buy some elephants next turn. For now, I think I'm done. Where did this guy show up? Oh, he's in the capital. Wait, no, he's not. It's further north than that. But yes, he is. That's the capital. It just looks wrong now because I have Stratus. Okay, I see. I'm just dumb. Oh, yes, I do need to garrison cities. That is part of the game. They don't like it when you don't do that. Well, we can throw this guy in the town. And that was apparently good enough for them. So yeah, I'm gonna end turn, and next turn I'm gonna buy elephants, and that's like the entirety of where I'm at emotionally right now. Oh yeah, we should get a trade rights with Rhodes, which we started with. Cool. Let's get trade right with some random barbarians, because I mean,
A most generous
they've got coin. That's all that matters.
That's not possible.
Keep on walking west to find more barbarians. Not you specifically. Oh wait, you're a different group of barbarians. So yes, you work perfectly.
A most generous proposal.
Cool. And then we're gonna end our turn properly this time. The Achaean League wants an alliance with us. No, thank you.
Until
I'm not
next
planning
time.
on actually being kind to you for very long. So taking a look at our stack, it's not necessarily the stack that I would have wanted, but we can buy some mercenary. Oh fuck, they're gone. The elephants are gone. I don't know where they went. I'm not sure why they went, but they are no longer here. Also, I could have sworn that I had way more than 5 command stars. -3 morale for all troops on the battlefield, mine and the enemies. That's probably bad because the enemy has massive morale buffs on very hard, meaning it just makes mine easier to rout, but maybe it's worth. Oh, +3 command when assaulting walls. I'm incredibly good at sieges because it's all I've gotten to do. Fair enough. Confident in defense from what? The one bridge battle? Anyways, this is the AI hacks in full effect for you. That's ridiculous. Let's take a look at what field battles look like before we wrap up this campaign. Yeah, I don't need you to have actually a numbers advantage on top of a unit advantage, because I mean, just look at this. They have an entire army basically of phalanxes with 3 chevrons and blacksmithing, and it looks like some also have a silver weapon, I guess from a religious building, because they don't have the level 2 shield as well. But yeah, it's just disgusting. So we're gonna night battle to kill those reinforcements. We really can't stand to be up against 2000s. And let's go see how it looks. I don't think it's gonna look great, but it might be doable. Oh, our stars went up tremendously for this. That's a lot better. I think I just want one incredibly aggressive cavalry flank and completely ignore the second one. We probably should have at least 2 over there, right? That seems reasonable in case they do something and I need to respond to it. But I want to play offensively on 1 cavalry flank and ignore the rest. Oh, great. I have to rotate my whole army now. Thanks. All right, let's get everyone moving. We have phalanxes to fight. And because they're also coming for me, I should probably deploy backwards a little bit. They're going to defend. They're not coming for me. I'm antsy. They're not actually coming for me. I know better. All right, they're rotating their spearmen around to deal with my cavalry. That makes enough sense. I think we just want to move up a little bit here. But we want everyone moving up, not any one group. The cavalry are going to stay pretty much exactly where they are. We can probably take out the general's bodyguard, but we don't want to go for it immediately. For now, we're in the skirmish phase, and we don't need to do anything. Our archer's just a teeny tiny bit not far enough forward. Never mind, shoot him. Enter formation. If they run into range, we're just gonna destroy them with spears. Like, I'm not actually afraid of this. Yeah, everyone throw your spears at him. Archers fall back. Yeah, that's their signal to charge, but that's only 1 unit of spearmen is the thing. Archers fall back. Peltast fall back. I'm shocked that didn't just insta-break from the sheer quantity of cavalry. You guys lead them on a merry chase. Hey, remember when I told you to fall back and for some reason you're shooting your arrows? That's very different from what I said. Isn't that interesting? All right, Peltas. You're good. Just stop what you're doing and throw at whoever you're comfortable throwing at. Did you never break? Are they still there somewhere? No, you're just being weird. I continue doing crazy shit with my cavalry up there. Skirmishers doing great work. You run forward so you can charge their general in a hot second. What are you doing in a wedge formation, my man? That's just cavalry. Most of this is fine. Peltost over here. Join the fight. That's not looking great. You actually want to attack here as well.
The enemy general is slain, and now
that'll
his men
probably be
fear
very
us.
effective.
It is time to press the attack.
Nope, you want to back off. I don't care what you think you're doing. Those are spearmen charging you. I've got cavalry units down here. These two on the right. Get out of it. Hey, buddy, I like you being alive. Please stop. We're going to split this up into 2 groups. One of my phalanxes is not doing great. At this point, I think all of my Peltas need to be engaged in the fight. You're getting caught. Please stop that. You guys are in position to charge in. You're in position to charge in. Those turned out to be Peltas. You're good. Get in position to do something. One of you get in position to do something. The other one charge this Peltas. There. Here. There should be a route on their whole line, I believe. Join here. Everything's collapsing. We're good. It's not super comfy using an army of predominantly family members against spearmen, but it looks like we've got this. What's still standing? I honest to God don't know. I think I need everyone refocusing on that, though. How's the phalanxes doing? Everything that's here is routing. That's good. You will run that down. Who are you fighting? Oh, you idiots. I just assumed you weren't doing that because I told you to leave a very long time ago. There's a very ineffective route going on right there where they just can't move for some reason. Anyway, it's time to run shit down. That's the end of this fight, basically. Looks like one spearman at least is going to get off the battlefield normally. These guys are still just not successfully killing that one unit that's standing there routing. Alright, a little bit messy, but all in told, heroic victory. We lost 300. I'm pretty sure they got stack wiped. That's pretty solid. Everything is in terrifying lighting now. Don't think too hard about it. Just press the siege button. It's gonna be a really fun siege because they have an entire army inside of here. Love to see that. 3 guys are there. We can technically make it this turn, but like with what army?
My lord?
Honestly, if they sally forth against this, it's good enough. So I'm gonna recruit a spearman. I'm gonna take you 3 down to here. Start building some ladders, because that's obviously all you can ever build. Bring you in. Make them happy with this unit. And that's basically it for this turn. That's it for the series, but I want to see if this will sally forth and get us another campaign, or another siege, rather. I don't know why the lighting just freaks the fuck out, and everything looks weird every time I come out of a siege, every time. It's very weird, and I hope that gets fixed in the next edition. So they did come down to stop us, but they didn't make it as far as I thought they would, which is weird, and they also didn't sally out, which is understandable, but I was hoping they would. Just out of curiosity, once I have like a big fuck-off army, are you allowed to press the auto-resolve button, like, ever? No. No, you can eat all the dicks in the world. You fight every siege yourself. Okay. That's a funny lesson to end on. I was expecting to be like, oh, we lost 400 men. Even if I can retrain immediately, that's still not good. But no, actually just lose the fight somehow. That's neat. I wasn't planning on fighting any further. I got the field battle I wanted. I'm happy to end the series here. In the comments, if you have anything you'd like to see me test out in the current version, or any campaign you would like to see me play in late October once this gets updated, I'd love to hear it. For now, let's toggle Fog of War. For now, when version 0.6 launches, I'm leaning towards playing Athens. The map's going to change a lot, so I have no specific plans, but the TLDR, what I expect to do is to turn 1 siege Corinth, then take as much land as I can, and using Corinth and Athens as fairly large bases of production, strike out to do something ridiculous. Maybe go for Rhodes and this city, maybe sail south entirely and go for Cyrene, maybe go to the Nile, maybe go to Carthage. Carthage is always fun. Is it really a campaign if you don't seriously consider just sailing to Carthage and stealing the heart of their kingdom? I can also go to Rome, take Capua and Rome. There are a ton of different places you can sail to once you unite the Peloponnesus and have a good base of production, and I think Athens being a 1-city start would be fun to do that with. But for now, for this campaign, I think I'm actually done. I've been rather coherent, I've been having a good time with this, and I hope you enjoyed watching me experiment with and learn at least the basics of Rome Total Realism Imperium Surrectum. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Jeffrey B, my one Patreon supporter. I'll see you all on the next one, and if you watch this far, there's a good chance that you're interested in hearing XCOM 2 is back on schedule for the next one.